Now to India today is Nagarjun Dwarkanath, who's also reporting from Bengaluru at this time on the Prime Minister's upcoming felicitation ceremony. He's headed there. Naga, Prime Minister on his way to Isro now?
Absolutely right. He's left the HAL terminal as of now. He'll be on his way to the Isro command center. He's reaching here another 15 minutes. As you can see, we are barricaded. Of course, the SPG has barricaded all of us, the media. But behind me is the visual where we are all looking at that Prime Minister anytime in the next 10 to 15 minutes would be reaching. The distance is around 30 odd kilometers. But you can see what is standing out is everyone's carrying the Indian flag. No party flag, no party poster, but rather posters of praising Isro and praising the central government and praising HAL as well, because this project had companies which were not only Isro but also from outside who took part. Even small application sensors were all taken from outside is what we are told. So people have come united to support the Prime Minister and the Isro scientists. And what we are told is he'll spend around an hour or so at the Isro command center where he would be talking to the scientists as well as the Isro chairman, congratulating them and also looking at the moon visuals they have got in the last 3 days. The absolutely beautiful visual that we have all seen, the high quality of visual of Pragyan getting down the ramp, lander Vikram landing on the south pole of the moon. All of this, the Prime Minister would be lucky enough to watch it right from the command center himself.
Like you said, very importantly, you will likely get to see some images that have not been released as yet as well, Naga. And he'll be spending only about an hour with the Isro heroes, because they're of course extremely busy with the Chandrayaan project. It's a 14-day window, so they don't have much time to spare. But obviously for the Prime Minister, the Isro scientists will be there to bask in the glory of the Prime Minister's attention.
That's absolutely true. We have a very short period of 14 days as of now. So every second matters most for the Isro scientists so that they get as much as possible data from Chandrayaan-3. We have already been told from Chandrayaan-2 we have got 65 TB data already, terabytes of data as of now. Chandrayaan-3 will be giving us 20 odd TB data is what we are told. So they have to monitor every frame, they have to listen to every frequency, every wave, radio wave that comes out of our own payloads. The experiments have begun, the payloads have been turned on as what we are told. Pragyan, the rover, has travelled at least 26 feet away from the lander as of now. It will be still in the observational area of the lander. It will not go past away from the lander where the lander cannot see, the cameras cannot see the rover. So it will still be in the vicinity of the camera of the lander Vikram. But quite exciting times. Who would have thought India would have taken 25-foot steps on the land of the moon, southern pole, where no one has ever gone. What we see in a regular day life, India has gone there to do some critical experiments and throw some light, not just to data in India for Indians, but to the data of humanity as well. And we have seen the congratulatory messages that the Prime Minister has received over the last few days on Twitter. If you follow his Twitter account, you will see that people, presidents and prime ministers across the world have congratulated him and have wished him good luck and have wished Isro good luck. And most of them want to collaborate now. The ambassador to Japan was quite happy to announce the next moon mission with collaboration to India is what he has tweeted. So not just congratulatory messages. The time has come today that people want to associate themselves with our space organization so that they also can see positives through the space sector, and what we have achieved, they also want to do the same.
Okay, very, very interesting and very important. The Prime Minister will be emerging from the right outside the HAL airport, where he's just addressed the crowd there a moment ago. Sarah, so finally that debate is settled, whether the Prime Minister was going to interact with the crowd or not. He did spend a good 5-6 minutes delivering a short address to the people of Bengaluru there, and he's going to be headed now to Isro, Sarah.
Absolutely, Shiv. That was A very inspiring speech that we had our Prime Minister give to the public, to the gathering out here, chanting Jai, Jai Jawan, Jai Vigyan. And he seemed to be very thrilled about this achievement of ours that the country has earned, that is the Chandrayaan-3's landing. He called it a new dawn, in fact. We're quite happy for the fact that he came here, he addressed the gathering. He's going to be personally going and meeting this ISRO people at the moment, and the entire public just had chance to continue till the Prime Minister left the HAL base.
Very interesting. The Prime Minister is going to be heading there now. These are live pictures. I'll show you that frame, of that road where the crowd is still standing there with its tirangas, where the Prime Minister's cavalcade will be emerging just in moments from now. So all eyes on this particular frame right now, because that's the road out of the HAL airport that the Prime Minister will take as he heads towards Pina. That's a locality in Bengaluru where the ISRO headquarters is, where the command center is, where all the scientists are waiting for the Prime Minister to arrive. There appears to be a short delay. There definitely is a short delay because the felicitation and honouring ceremony was to be 7 to 8 a.m. It's already 7:06, which means the Prime Minister is running a few minutes late. Hopefully he'll make up for it once he's there. But he's going to be still spending an hour with our ISRO heroes. Remember, time is critical for them. They've taken time out for the Prime Minister because all of them are extremely busy with the Chandrayaan-3 project itself, as is the Prime Minister, because the Prime Minister, after spending an hour with the ISRO scientists, will be heading straight back to the national capital. He departs from Bengaluru at about 8:35, so in just about less than an hour and a half from now, the Prime Minister will be headed back to the national capital to continue with the rest of his engagements. But the important thing from the Prime Minister's message today is about the ISRO heroes. Today is about science. Today is about research. There are a plethora of expectations from the Prime Minister now. With this huge success, there will be those in the scientific community who will be hoping that this gives ISRO greater leverage for perhaps a larger budget. There's the Prime Minister leaving from the airport in his cavalcade and headed towards ISRO. Live pictures of the Prime Minister in his car. Minister is emerging from his vehicle. Looks like he might be interacting with the crowds. There it is. Like I said, it's quite likely that the Prime Minister will step out personally I beg your pardon. These are the earlier images before the Prime Minister actually addressed the press, not while he was leaving. This is when he made his little speech a little earlier. So we're still waiting for the Prime Minister's cavalcade before he leaves. Just fresh pictures from a different angle of the Prime Minister. Remember, there's already a lot of talk over the kinds of government honors and decorations that will be coming ISRO's way, particularly to the leadership team of ISRO, the project directors, the mission directors of Chandrayaan-3 and others, the men and women of ISRO. The Prime Minister will most likely either announce something today or it will be announced very shortly, but you can be sure that the heroes of ISRO, very, very deserving of the country's adulation and honor, will be, will get government honors as well in the form of Padma awards or others, which will be, granted to them during investiture ceremonies in the national capital. That is something that you can take you can take it from me in writing that that's going to happen for sure. But apart from that, because ISRO, remember, is an organization that has demonstrated the ability to conduct and execute space programs at with incredible cost effectiveness. It's the admiration and in some ways envy of the world and other space agencies that cannot even dream of launching rockets, satellites, spacecraft with the kind of economies that ISRO has managed to do. And therefore, it appears quite likely, quite certain that this success of Chandrayaan-3 provides ISRO with a case, leverage with the government for expanded budgets, more resources, greater access to assets and things like that. It's very likely, given that the Prime Minister accords special attention to Vigyan Anusandhan, as he just said from that stage, that ISRO is going to see a new dawn in many ways. A new dawn in many ways after the landing of Vikram on the south pole of the moon. It's not only created history for India, it's created history for the world, and that is something that the country, certainly the Prime Minister, take very, very seriously, and therefore there's no question of shifting the spotlight away from the heroes of ISRO. This week, this month, this year belongs to the Indian Space Research Organization. It started in 1969, and by 2023, they've put a spacecraft on the moon. It's an incredible achievement and is the talk of the scientific community everywhere in the world, and they are waiting for the big findings and the experiments that are going to be conducted by Vikram and Pragyan, which are currently on the moon.